Hey, you guys, how you doing? This is Real Talk, and I'm coming to you with a new episode. And this is, I guess I'll call this episode Mandela Effect Exposed 2. You know, I didn't really want to do this again because I'm kind of done with this Mandela Effect stuff, but I found a couple of new things that I wanted to introduce. It's just a psyop. You know, it's freaking people out. A lot of people are tripping, and now they're scrutinizing every little detail and stuff. And although all that stuff is okay, it's most of it is trivial, and most of it is very easily changeable. But let's take a look at a few things, and let's see what I've got into. Okay. Okay. Here we see Queen. This is the official video, as it says right there. We Are the Champions official video. And another subscriber, I think it's Cole Casper UK or something like that, was saying that he doesn't remember because the lyric goes, "We are the champions, my friend. We'll keep on fighting to the end. See, we are the champions, we are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world." Okay, so after he sings that twice in the song. Cause I went to the official video because the co-cast producers, of the world is gone. No, it's not gone. It's in another part of the song, but what the psyop dudes are doing is they're going to they're focusing on the wrong part of the song and then telling you that it changed when in fact it didn't change. That's how it has always been, but they're just it's like a sleight of hand type of trick. Like the musicians always have a sleight of hand. Now this co-Casper dude right here, oh no, this is from another video, but this actual video here is the co-Casper one, warning all changes due to Mandela effect. So he's saying that it was supposed to have "of the world" at the end, but it's not. But then he even found another video disproving his own thing, so you can take a look at that. I have all these links in the description, so you can go take a look at it. Here we have James Earl Jones. He's on a talk show, Today's Show, and they're asked him to say something, and he quotes Luke, "I am your father." He makes like some joke, and they all laugh. Ha 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 ha. Well, honestly, this is very easy because the elites own, the record companies and blah 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 blah, and then ultimately the elites own the agents. Well, the agents are the handlers of the actors. So I mean, it's really easy for the agent to tell them, "Hey, man, say this or whatever," or maybe he's not privy to all this Mandela effect stuff, but I think that they are. Some are, some aren't. I don't know. It depends. Well, anyway, in this thing, he says that it is Luke, "I am your father." Because there's a couple of other things that popped up that says Luke, "I am your father," and then here we have the famous one, "No, I am your father." Well, since you really can't see his voice, that's an easy overdub. Now, how they got him into the VHS tapes, I don't know, but I found another one exposing the fact that this was the most misquoted. This is the most misquoted line in the movie. So everybody remembers it as "Luke, I am your father." But you got to remember that. Remember back in 2000 where Lucas came out with a new box set? Remember that? Lucas came out with a new box set of The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Star Wars. Because he had made the originals, and then he went and made, I forget how it goes. He made the originals, then he made the 1, 2, 3, and then he came out with a new box set of the 4, 5, and 6 to match the 1, 2, 3. That's what the story was. but he redid these, and he even released them in the theaters, I think. So maybe that's where they made the switch. And now all the copies you're getting is from the re-release box set and not the original box set. So that could be it. I don't know. That's just a theory. And I'm gonna leave a link to those descriptions so you can go check that stuff out. In this scene here in Forrest Gump, Sally Field actually says, "Life is like a box of chocolates." So that's the thing. I remember her saying, "Life is like a box," and they keep harping on that and harping on that and harping that. Well, she used it in the correct. She used it in the correct tense here because she's talking to Forrest about her dying. Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay. So she was alive. Okay, and this is how they're pulling the trick. Right here, she's alive. But in this scene, when he's sitting on the park, she had already died. So the correct tense of that scene would have been, Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates, because she had passed away. You see, when she was alive, she was speaking in the present tense. Life is like a box of chocolates because she's here now. So it's like a box of chocolates. But she had already passed by the time this scene, because this is right before he goes to find that one girl that kept leaving him and his son. So this is like almost toward the end of the film. And she had already passed away. That's why she said, Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. So he's using it in the past tense, you see. And of course they picked this particular one, to rev the whole, audience. Look, it's changed. No, it didn't. They're just a sleight of hand, doing witchcraft, doing psyop. Okay, this is the real Brady Bunch. This is what we remember. This would have been right at the tail end of it, right when in the 70s. This would have been like maybe 74 or whatever. And this is what we all remember, from the show. And then this dude swears up and down that this is fake. This is the new Mandela effect version. Blah blah blah. Nah, that's a bunch of malarkey. It's just another shield sent out. And the reason they said, "Well, look, this is a fake Jan." Yeah, because the real Jan didn't want to do this variety hour. She thought it was dumb, and then he throw enough money at her. This is what I pulled up on Wikipedia. The Brady Bunch Hour is an American variety television series featured skits and songs produced by Sid and Marty Krofft. I remember this distinctly. In association with Paramount, which aired between 76 and 77. And yes, see, the series starred the original cast members except E. Plum, who was replaced by Jerry Rochelle, fake Jan. Okay, and it sucked. That's why they canceled it after one season, because it completely sucked. We liked the Brady Bunch when they were in their original roles, as kids, but they're already grown up, and Greg is already graduating, going to college, so they kind of wore out. Once they got big, it kind of wore out its appeal, for going to school and all the school problems and stuff like that. So they try to concoct this other thing which totally sucked balls. Sorry, I should have said that, but anyway, it sucked. It was no good. So now, but the Mandela dudes are saying, "Oh, I would have remembered this. I don't remember." Well, your memory sucks too, because I remember this distinctly. I love the Brady Bunch. I still watch it every so often now. Even though it is all Illuminati, I didn't know there was so much Illuminati stuff in there, because I didn't know about the Illuminati. But now that I do, I've watched a few episodes, and yeah, they have some stuff in there. But anyway, I remember this. So that dude is wrong. So he's deliberately leading people astray. PSYOP. He's probably shield working for them. So I hear it pays pretty good. Here is the Flintstones, which is the original one. It's the real one. The only thing that I see here is they made the T bigger. They made the first T big. I don't remember it being like this. I remember the T was lower, and then the other stone T would have been up the way it was. See, so that's how they make it different. It's really the Flintstones, because Flint is a rock. And everything in the Flintstone world, it was Pebbles, the rock quarry, Ann Margrock, everything had something to do with rocks and stones, and Bam Bam, him beating on the thing, Barney Rubble, you know. So everything had to do with some type of rock or stone. So a flint is a stone. Flynn, what is Flynn? That's nothing. So they're trying to say that it's Flintstones. It's not Flintstones. It's Flint Stones with a T. But of course, they're photoshopping things and making things disappear, and they're trying their psyop to make you start wigging out. And, yeah, I remember, and then they show you some bogus thing about they were singing on Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, yeah, but it's Flintstones with a T. If you look up the movie in '95, I think it also says Flintstones, see, with a T. So, usually when they make a mistake on one, they haven't corrected the other mistakes, but these two match, so that means if it's Flintstones, that's how I remember it. Here, they put the Volkswagen sign, the Ford sign, and the Volvo sign. But this is something that I noticed, and I want you to notice it as well. It's real easy to put a line through the Volkswagen just to separate the two. Emblem that I remember, and then the one on top is the one that's different, supposedly. And here on the bottom, the Ford didn't have the curly Q, but now it has the curly Q, which, they can add those things. That's not hard to do. Now, the one I want you to pay attention, because apparently the Volvo already had the male symbol sign all the way, because in 27 it had it, 40 it had it, 58 it had, but supposedly in 76 it didn't have it, right? But I want you to look and see how it has like a black splotch there, where they covered it over so that it just reads Volvo without the sign. Because I went and looked at old pictures of the old cars. It had this male emblem. I just never noticed it. And on the Volvo, they also they covered it over with white, so it makes it look like it's not there, but in reality, it's there. So this had the male symbol the whole time. I just never noticed it. But again, they're trying to deceive the public, because they're scumbags. And here's one, I don't know, some cereal is supposed to be good for you. You gonna try it? No, I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Hey, let's get Mikey. Yeah, he won't eat it. He hates everything. Hey, Mikey, he likes it. See, that makes more sense. This guy right here together. Let's get Mikey. He'll eat it. He'll eat anything. No, that's not what they said. He hates everything. Hey, let's get Mikey. He won't eat it. He hates everything. Hey, Mikey, he likes it because he started to eat it. So that makes more sense, just the commercial. So there again, they send this one vato out, try to, Mandela effect, his shield. Yeah, this is all right. Yeah, but that dude's remembering wrong. He's not right. I remember distinctly about this little kid supposedly hating it. He hates everything, and then he winds up liking it, and that's what sells the cereal. So it's kind of fake. And here's their Illuminati card. Rewriting history. Well, isn't that what Mandela is doing? It's rewriting the history. And then we see right here the history of the world, and it's inside of the garbage can because they're rewriting history, you see. And these are the cards that they released out, with that Illuminati card game. Here's another one, how that they told us that the Federal Reserve is a bunch of garbage, but they let it go. They told us, hey, we're screwing you, and then they gave us all the information through Alex Jones and those shills over there. Feminist movement, you see, burning the bra. They deliberately came against the woman, against the mothers of the families, destroyed the families. Made the feminists go up in arms, and we got rights, and blah, 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 and taking over, making money. Now they think they're bad, and now the government gets a tax, because before the government couldn't tax half the population because they weren't at work. Now they're working, and they're taxing the crap out of them, and they raised up, the IRS raised up the revenue, you see, and it just caused a lot of problems. Flat earthers. Now this one, I'm kind of wanting to rescind my original, because I had another video where I said that the flat Earth was not correct, but I'm starting to think that maybe it is correct. Maybe there is some, but in this card, it's supposed to tell us that it's not correct, that they deliberately send the people out. But I remember back, before Columbus discovered America, that everybody used to think that the world was flat. And then there's a lot of signs of it being flat. So in this one, I think that they're throwing like a super duper curveball, because you got to remember we're dealing with deceptive types. But they're telling us that it's flat to throw us off the scent, to make us not believe that it's flat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, it's kind of confusing there, but I think you guys know what I mean. So I think they're actually telling the truth here, that the Earth isn't round and that it is flat. But it's just such a hard thing to actually accept. People are going to scoff. People laugh, but the flat earthers know something. Because if the Earth is flat, then there's no aliens. Because we are the center of the universe, and the world does revolve around us, so to speak. But if the Earth is round, then now we got alien beings. We got millions and millions of other planets, people roaming through the stars. There's got to be some other life on another star somewhere. Yeah, and then that brings the aliens. So the Earth being square, it kills their whole Big Bang theory. It kills their alien stuff. It kills everything if the Earth is actually flat, just like it says here. So on this card, I think they're actually telling the truth, to be honest with you. And here we go, gay. This is what we're dealing with. All the all the homosexuals and all that stuff. Sorry about that. I still having trouble with certain things. But anyway, yeah. So we're dealing with the gay activists, and this is their card. Hey, this is what we're gonna do, and they're doing it. Hollywood. Behind the phony tinsel of Hollywood lies the real tinsel. And we all know that Hollywood is the wood is holly, and that's what they use for magic wands and to cast spells on people. And that's what they're doing through the through the music, through the the images, all those things. I covered that in my last video. Hollywood. Kill for peace. So yeah, they're over there, in Iraq and Iran, because supposedly we have these terrorists, all these terrorist plots, the 50 gay shooting over there in Florida, and then Sandy Hook, and the Boston bombing, and San Bruno, in California, Southern California, and all these, different false flags, 9/11. So now, and then as you see there, they have the peace sign, but what it actually is a satanic sign with the upside down cross with the arms broken, which is a disrespect to God, to Jesus. So kill for peace. Martial law, which is what everybody keeps talking about. Martial law. We are in a soft form of martial law already. Reading through all the laws and stuff, we are under what's called the Liber Code. We are governed by the Liber Code, which is the military code. And if you go and read the military code, you'll understand that as long as there's no peace, the president has full executive powers. That's why they're able to have all the executive powers and stuff, and writing this law and that law. And they're overriding the constitutions and stuff, because we are constantly under fighting. If you think back, they have never declared peace. We've never been at peace. We've always had some type of war somewhere. A war on drugs, a war on crime, a war on poverty, a war on this, a war on that. The Gulf War, the Saddam Hussein, and there was like 2 of those wars. Now the Iraqi War, and World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War. We're just nothing but war, fighting. That's all they do. That's all they think about. So we are under martial law now, the soft one, until they get to the hardcore one. Messiah, this is another card that's actually right, but they're putting it in here to fake us out, to make us believe that it's wrong. You know, because they don't want you to believe that Jesus is the Messiah. So you know they're trying to you know throw like a sleight of hand. They're trying to fool you. They figure, okay, well, we're going to release this card, and since it's coming from us, they're going to automatically think that it's you know it's fake, just like the cards are fake. No, this is actually real. There is a Messiah, and his name is Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and Almighty God. That's the Trinity. And a couple other dudes are trying to steadily saying that Jesus is not the Christ. Well, sorry, wrong answer. So this card is actually real. There is a Messiah, and his name is Jesus Christ. NSA. Yeah, these are about those that are picking up our phone calls, reading our text messages, our email accounts. Just they're into everything. You know, they're just constantly spying on us. You know, so here's the NSA, which we know about that. You know, Snowden. You know, kind of let us know about these vatos right here. Survivalists. You know, remember? You know, the dude where he was loading up the truck. You're going to load 2 tons of ammo, food, and water onto the truck, and then they're going to, you know, bug out. What they don't realize is that under the Patriot Act, if he's got all that stuff in his basement, he's trying to load up his basement on the back of the truck, as soon as they show up with the guns, they get to confiscate everything, including your basement. So you storing all that stuff is, I mean, it's smart to be prepared, but you'd have to be even more prepared and store it off somewhere where, you know, they can't find you, you know, like off in the mountains somewhere. I don't know. But see how they have the survivalists, which is what we see on YouTube. A lot of survivalists being put out into the street, you see. In Vatican City, and then you see the Illuminati eyeball right there with the you know, pyramid and the capstone with the little eye in this little hat, little fish hat. And, you know, the Vatican is the church, and, you know, now the churches are corrupt, so they want to couple all the churches, anything that has to do with Jesus, and just say Jesus is no good, which is false, but you know how they operate. And then last but not least is the witch, and we know that, you know, there's a lot of, and this one it says the Women's International Terrorist Conspiracy from Hell. So, but what this really is that we are severely under witchcraft. You know, that's what the Mandela effect is. It's a witchcraft. They're pulling off spells and witchcraft. They're bugging people out and getting people to wig out and question their own sanity. It's pretty retarded, all this psyop stuff. But, you know, those that are not strong in the Lord are falling for it hook, line, and sinker. You know, I know it's a bunch of bull. You know, for some reason, I've always known what's real and what's not real. And I know that this is a bunch of garbage. You know, and they're steadily, you know, they're changing the Bible, they're changing this, and people are all just freaking out and paranoid and panicking. But why? You know, you have no faith in God, you know. You know, I have faith in my Lord Jesus Christ, and if I have to be a martyr for Jesus, then so be it. You know, like I say, you know, it's easier said than done. I understand that, but I'm gonna have to die anyway. You know, and I don't wish to die, so I don't wish to have death. Of course not. Who'd want that? All I'm saying is that if push comes to shove, and I have to make my choice, and it has to be, you know, given, like, are you going to accept this mark of the beast, or are you going to be a martyr for Jesus? Then I'm going to pick martyr for Jesus. You know, that's where I stand. So, anyway, I just wanted to put this together real quick. Another long video, I'm sure, but I didn't really want to do another Mandela effect video, but I thought I'd bring these together again, and I think I covered a couple of them. I think the Brady Bunch was the last one. But yeah, there's some stuff out there where, you know, it's obviously a fakery, it's a foolery, and all it is telling you how close you are to the Lord. They're pretty much telling you that they're messing with your mind. So, you know, just don't let them take your mind from you. You know, don't let someone else tell you what reality is. I mean, I don't. My reality is that I love Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Catching the cold thing. I love Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and our Father in heaven. That's my reality. My reality is the 10 Commandments and the 2 in the New Testament. And if they want to go changing the Bible or trying to convince people that it's changed, this, that, whatever, okay? I really don't like that. And there is supernatural powers. I'm not denying any of those things. However, I'm cool with my 10 Commandments. Your rights are yours, and no one can steal them. So if they come and try to start imposing a bunch of stuff on you, you can always claim thou shalt not steal and put it right in their face. If they're trying to arrest you without your will, thou shalt not steal. They're stealing your right to liberty. You claim thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal is a big one. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not, because it's either going to fall under thou shalt not steal or thou shalt not covet, or thou shalt not bear false witness. Which they're always violating those 3. Those are the 3 ones that they're always violating. So every single time you're gonna either throw out thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet, and thou shalt not bear false witness, or a combination of those 3, or 2, or whatever. So it's always going to be one of those 3. Anyway, I just thought I'd put this video together and give you guys heads up to not believe all the garbage that they're feeding you. It's just a psyop. They're just trying to wig you out to see who they can convince and who they can control easily. And another YouTuber said that eventually they're going to come after my channel. Okay, I have this one thing to say, and then I'm going to hop off this thing because it is getting kind of late. I had a couple of shills come to my channel, but since I know the law very quickly, I cut them off. They want to come in, you're arguing, hey, blah, 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 yeah, whoa, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, but you got to believe in it. No. Okay, that's enough. That's enough remarks out of you. Don't answer. And I answered him, okay, that's enough remarks. Your excuse. Don't answer anymore. You can't tell me what to, yeah. Hey, check this out, so-and-so. I forget what the name was. Check this out. And then I said, my page, my rules. And then goodbye. And then I deleted her post. Because at first I thought it was a man, and I was just clowning around with her. And then she started getting, real belligerent. Even if it was a she, it could have been a him. I don't know. They send shills to the pages to start fights with you. And since I already know that that's what they're up to, I cut them off real quick. I cut them right at the knees. Pow. Okay, this is my page. My page, my rules. Get off of here. Get out of here. You're not gonna be leaving negative comments, because as soon as you leave a negative comment, I'm gonna delete it. And then what you gonna do? My page, my rules. I got those administrative authorities over you, so don't do it. So when I tell you to leave, you leave. You see, and here I'm gonna leave you this video with this. See, I got power. I got power, just like you can have power. But you gotta know what you gotta know. And I'm telling you, the Bible, Constitution, their codes. Once you learn those 3, you ain't gonna have to ask me nothing. We can converse about a few things, so that I may clarify something for you. You might clarify stuff for me, But once you know those 3, specifically like the Bible and the Constitution and their codes, you're basically a steamroller. You can steamroll them anytime. I mean, I got enough inside of up my sleeve that I can steamroll anybody anytime. And one last thing before I let you guys go. Whenever you're dealing with public servants, never, ever, ever, ever do you make a threat. Don't ever threaten them. Don't make threats to them. Don't threaten them. That's what I'm saying. You always have to come in peace. Specifically, if you're speaking, if the Bible scriptures are there, then you're there representing Jesus. And Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Okay? I never attack my public servants because they're men and women before they're anything else. So they do have rights. And according to the law, we're not allowed to harm our other men and women. We're not allowed to violate. We can't exercise our rights while harming their rights. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Bible's about. Now, however, if you tell them, hey, you made a mistake, you got me confused with someone else, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this a mistake, but I don't want you to, I'm letting you know now, don't send me no more of these letters because you've made a mistake. Please go away. Have a nice day. If they keep harassing you, then they open up the thing for you to attack them because you already done told them. look, you made a mistake. You know, please correct your mistake. I'm peaceful over here, minding my own P's and Q's, minding my own business. You go your way, I go my way, and nobody gets hurt. But if they're steadily keep messing with you, I would leave it I would leave it 3 times, because that's what they did to me. They sent me the letter, I scratched it out, and sent it back. They got mad and tried to bulldog me, and they sent me 2 more, and I scratched those out and sent them back like immediately, like the next day. And I warned them. I said, don't do it again. If they would have did it a third time, then that would have pushed me into going after them. Then you can go after them. But it's not really you that's going to go after them. I have some of that information for you guys at a later date. There's ways for you to enforce and show your authority toward your other public servants by sicking other public servants on them. So what you're going to do is you're not going to do nothing, but you're going to tell these other public servants, hey, those public servants over there are not doing their job, and I need you to go straighten that out for me. And if those public servants that you sent over there to straighten those guys out give lip, then you're going to ball them all up, and then you're going to sick another public servant that will do something for you, guaranteed. Because you're going to dangle the money carrot in front of them, and you know there were a lot of. They're going to, oh, okay, no problem, sir, and they're going to come right after them. Okay, so there's ways, and there's forms that you can file and file toward these vatos to get them to oh, wait a minute, sir. That's what I thought. When I tell you no, you go away. When I give you an order as the people, you mind me, then you go away. Yeah, but we got law in Obama. I don't care what Obama. He's also a servant. I don't care what that vato's doing over there. He's also a servant. I don't give a crap if he's got guns and tanks and all that. All that stuff belongs to us. They stole it all. When I tell you to leave, you're going to leave. That's what's happening. And if you're going to come in here and gun me down, an unarmed civilian, then so be it. And like I'm saying, I'm standing on the word of God, and I'm saying if God is going to allow that, then so be it. But when you give an order, they will obey, and specifically if you're honoring God. Trust me on that. It works for me. But anyway, let me hop off this thing because it's getting really late. This is Real Talk. This is going to wrap it up for now, and I'm going to catch up with you guys next time.